What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here, welcoming you back for yet another Pokemon Sun and Moon discussion video. Today, I'm going to be discussing one of the most interesting things revealed in today's trailer, and that is the idea of the Right of the Island Challenge. This is huge for the Pokemon games in general. This is the 7th generation of Pokemon, and there is a chance that there are no gyms in this region. If you guys are excited for this video, don't forget to share it, show some shady loves, that thumbs up down below. When you guys tickle that, it tickles me, and I appreciate being tickled. So I'm actually going to be on the Pokemon official Pokemon website, Pokemon-sunmoon.com. That's what I'm going to be exploring today. A little bit different of a setup. I wanted to do this because I've been using Cerebi and I love Cerebi and I will always use Cerebi. But for this specifically, I wanted to go to the horse's mouth, to the Mudsdale's mouth, and see what we could see. So what I had done was clicked Alola region right here. Just clicked it, boom, shakalaka, we are in. We can visit the Alola region. Your new adventure in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon takes place on an tropical islands. 4 nature-filled islands and 1 man-made island comprise the Alola region. The Alola region is also known as a resort area. Tourists flock to it from all over the world. So we have the man-made island, which I believe is going to be the where the league is. But let's talk about why it might not even be a league anymore. So the Right of the Island Challenge. Let's get into the details of this. One aspect of the unique culture that is developed in the Alola region is the Island Challenge, an adventurous rite that involves traveling through each of the 4 islands. This event helps young people grow into fine Pokemon trainers. As the main character of Pokemon Sun and Moon, you yourself are destined to attempt the Island Challenge. Sounds an awful lot like the fact that young kids go on an adventure to defeat the 8 gyms of each region, but now it's the Island Challenge. To complete the Island Challenge, young trial goers must overcome the trials in store on each of the 4 islands. These trials are not limited to battling with Pokemon. They take a variety of forms, such as finding items or completing tests of knowledge. You will not be able to accomplish them with ordinary methods, meaning that these Island Challenge trials, they are not gym battles, always. They're not just going to be battling. There are 4 Island Challenges, and they will not be battling. How do you feel about this? Now let's talk about this in its entirety before you get angry in the comment section or you get excited in the comment section. Maybe it's not going to be everything that you want it to be. You can see right here, Malo is asking for, I'm going to need you to find 4 ingredients for me. So a fetch quest for one of the island trials. Now, maybe there'll be certain Pokemon guarding certain items that will have to battle, so it will involve battling of some sort, but it's not going to be your ordinary methods. Now, this is super interesting. Totem Pokemon. At the end of each trial, a mighty Pokemon known as a Totem Pokemon will be waiting. A Totem Pokemon is much larger than others of its species, and its body is enveloped in a special aura. What's really cool about this is that the totem aspect of the Pokemon involve like the Hawaiian and the Alola feel, but what I really like is that it feels more tribal, that a Pokemon is revered at the end of a trial and they're a Totem Pokemon. They're bigger, they have an aura, they pretty much have, it looks like they have the same aura that Pikachu had when he was using a Z move. So maybe they have built-in Z moves, I'm not sure. Maybe you get a crystal when you defeat this thing. I'm not really sure. What's also really unique about this is sophisticated combos in SOS battles. Now, SOS battles. Save our soul battles. When Totem Pokemon battle, they summon ally Pokemon to join them. With the support of these allies, the Totem Pokemon become even more powerful, and it seems that Pokemon other than Totem Pokemon sometimes call on allies to aid them. Now, this is interesting because this whole idea, if you watch the trailer, Gumshoe literally calls in a young goose to battle, and it's 2v1 in the trailer. It's 2 Pokemon against 1, which I don't know that we've ever seen before. I don't know that we've ever seen a 2v1 in a Pokemon generation, so yet another new aspect of Pokemon Sun and Moon. What's also really cool is that other Pokemon call on allies to aid them. So there may be a wild Pokemon, all of a sudden, bam! Mightyena calls on a Poochyena. Who knows? Who knows what this could lead to? Some really exciting encounters while you're just enjoying this as an RPG game. I really love, I'm gonna give them a little spoiler. I love everything that they've revealed so far for Sun and Moon. It's fresh, it's different. I don't feel like it's tainting. So I don't know how long you guys have been playing playing Pokemon. I've been playing it since 1997. So was it 97 or 98? One of the two. playing since 97, 98. My first game was Pokemon Blue. I've done the same thing for 6 generations, and I've enjoyed it very much. But just by changing the formula a little bit, it's probably going to be, for me, more enjoyable. If maybe you just started playing Pokemon with X and Y, this feels really weird and strange. You know, you got used to this 8 gyms, you love it, that's why you started playing Pokemon, and now it's different, but please give it a chance. I really love the direction the Pokemon Company is taking. So, island challenges, not just battling, sophisticated combos and SOS battles. Why is it called SOS battles? I don't, they don't, did they give an explanation that I'm missing? Let me know in the comment section below. I don't know why. So at the end, here we go, they have grand trials. The final trial on each island is called the grand trial. It is a Pokemon battle against the Kahuna who leads that island. If a trial goer succeeds in clearing this grand trial, he or she will be publicly recognized as having cleared all of the island's trials and can move on to the next island. So you cannot travel to the next island until you complete the entire trial and win the grand trial. Now, this means the grand trial acts sort of as the gym battle. In a case where the island trial isn't just a battle, it feels as though there's only 4 leaders here. Very much similar to the Orange Islands in the anime. If you guys haven't watched the Orange Islands, go watch it. Orange Islands is awesome. I haven't watched it in years. I'm gonna watch it soon, actually. I gotta buy it on DVD or Blu-ray and watch that with the Shady Lady. But there are so many similarities between the Alola region and the Orange Islands. For example, on the Orange Islands, you didn't always have gym battles. You had exactly this. Sometimes you were racing on water. Sometimes there was just so many different things. Honestly, my memory is very foggy, but I remember it wasn't just your typical gym battles. Another thing that's in common is that I remember Orange Islands, they had weird Pokemon. They had like pink Pokemon. They had different variety, and that's what we're seeing with the Alola forms that we had covered in a previous video. So there's a strong comparison between the Orange Islands and the Alola region and Hawaii, all of it coming together in this beautiful way, Pokemon Sun and Moon. So with the fact that gyms are pretty much not confirmed in this game, instead there will be the Island Challenge in order to take on all four grand trials, which are going to be the 4 gym leaders. Now, what kind of stinks is if we check out the gallery right here, this is the first quote-unquote gym. The background looks awesome for him. Kahuna Hala, the island Kahuna Hala, has only 3 Pokemon. That's disappointing to me. I know this is the first island, so whatever, that's fine. First gym badge is always tough. But if there's only 4 of these, I really want them to be tough. I really want it to be challenging. Man. I wonder if you'll have to go back. So this is where the discussion starts. Get in the comment section right now, Shady people. With the fact that there's only 4 islands and 4 grand trials, there's the other trials. Are you going to be battling each of the grand trial leaders? Each of the, what are they? I want to remember what they are. Kahunas? Are you going to be battling each of the Kahunas twice? Like go around and then have to go around and battle them again when they're stronger? I don't know, to make up the 8? Is it just going to be 4? Is the game going to feel shorter because of this? Are we going to go back to Kalos and be able to actually take on gyms because there's no gyms in this region? Now, you guys know months back I had discussed where I really felt like we'd be going back to Kalos. I really felt like there wasn't enough done in that region, and I think that we'll be going back at some point. Is this going to be the opportunity to do so because there's no gyms in this region? It's totally possible. It's totally possible. What I wanted to try to find was the Alola region. Look at this. Now, we can't zoom in on that. That stinks, Pokemon website. That stinks. Let's go ahead. We discussed the right of the Island Challenge. Let's go ahead and discuss the trial captain. So each trial has a captain whose role is to provide guidance to trial goers. All of the captains are trainers who undertook trials in their own island challenge a few years earlier. So they're only a few years older than us because it's children that go and grow as trainers by taking this challenge. Lana is a captain who is an expert with water-type Pokemon. She is dedicated to her family and is a reliable older sister who watches over her younger sister. So she has a bunch of younger sisters, feeling like Misty, except she's the oldest. Lana looks cool. Now we have Bay. Captain Mallow is an expert with grass-type Pokemon. She loves cooking, but it seems that sometimes her taste is a bit particular. So she's a cook. She's a bad cook. I love her. She's adorable. Specializing in electric-type Pokemon, Captain Sophocles? Sophocles is good with mechanics and has invented various machines. And he's only a few years older than us. I love that electrode keychain. Oh my goodness. And then we have Kawaii is a captain whose expertise is in fire type Pokemon. Together with his Marowak, he studies the traditional dances that have been passed down in the Alola region. Professional with expertise in fire type Pokemon, and he loves his Marowak. So what's really interesting about these leaders is that it has the 4 that I originally thought the islands were going to be. We have water, grass, electric, and fire. So that's what I thought the islands were going to be. In my last Pokemon Sun and Moon video, if you guys didn't watch it, I discussed how I felt like because the birds that they revealed, Oricorio, I believe was the name of the bird, Oricorio, represent the typing of each of the Pokemon. That's electric, fire, ghost, and psychic. So now we have trial captains who are a little bit different. They don't match those typings exactly. What does that mean? Which typings are correct? Does that mean that there's actually going to be, the captains don't matter? Like the captain's typings aren't too important and that the Hakuna, it can't be Hakuna, I'm thinking Hakuna Matata because I just went to the Lion King. I really gotta get better with words, man. I really do. For someone that speaks for a living. The Kahuna, almost Hakuna. Kahuna, though, are they gonna have the appropriate typings represented? Are the appropriate typings going to be represented by the totem Pokemon? There's so much now, even though it's only 4 islands, there's so much in each island. You have the island trial, you have the totem Pokemon that you have to beat, then you have the grand trial. So here's my thoughts on it right now. And I'm literally just coming up with this right now, and I could be wrong. And I'd love if you guys jumped in on the discussion down below. The captains don't necessarily have to match the island types. They don't have to. However, I think the Kahunas, who are going to have the guardian Pokemon for each island, or at the very least are tied to them in some way. We saw that Hala had called down Paku, oh my gosh, the guardian fairy that we had already seen. Taku Poko, dude, these names are crazy. So we see that. Does that mean that each one is going to follow the fire, ghost, and psychic type? Which I really think that's going to be the case. I believe the Kahunas are going to follow those bird typings. That each of the 4 islands represents fire, electric, ghost, and psychic, and that the captains, they kind of just, they're kids, they're a little bit older, and they chose their favorite Pokemon, and that's what they expertise in. I mean, the fire one, his expertise is in a Marowak. Now, Kahunas lead each island. I have not clicked this yet once, so this is the first time I'm doing this with you guys. Each of Alola's 4 islands has a leader called the Island Kahuna, who governs the island. Kahunas are chosen by the Pokemon known as guardian deities, which are also found on each island. Okay, so I don't know, they haven't revealed any other Kahunas. Hala is the Kahuna of Melee Island, where you have just moved to, and is also your rival Hao's grandfather. His skills renowned in the Alola region, he gives you your first partner Pokemon and expects great things from you. So it's crazy. He gives you your first Pokemon, the professor doesn't, and you end up having to fight him to leave your very first island. This game is going to be incredible. I'm so pumped for the differences of this game. How do you guys feel about the differences? Are you happy with the trials? Are you gonna miss gyms? Do you think that because there's no gyms, there's a greater chance of us returning to a region like the Kalos region in order to explore? Now, I know it wouldn't be likely because we just had 6th gen, so why would we return right away to the Kalos region? You know what, I don't know, I don't make the games, but I really feel like we have Z moves, Pokemon X, Y, and Z. If we go back to the Kalos region, it would be a way for them to keep Mega Evolution in the game by my books. Now, even though I'm on the thinking that Mega Evolution is most likely removed due to balancing issues, and it's just going to be the thing that keeps 6th gen special, and Trial Captains and Z-Moves will keep 7th gen special. You know, that's kind of how I feel. I'm not saying that it's fact, it's just my thoughts on it. With there not being gyms, if we go back to Kalos, even though I'm thinking there's no Mega Evolution, it would be a perfect way for them to keep Mega Evolution with that sundial. Like that's exactly what they could do. So I'm not sure. There's just so many thoughts running through my head about this. I love the artwork. Look at Executor! I love the artwork of this game, of everything about it. For me, I'm pumped. I'm not glad there's no gyms. It's not like I was like hoping, man, I really hope they can remove gyms. But I completely appreciate the freshness after playing this game for less than 20 years, because I didn't play it in '96 when the game came out in Japan. But I appreciate the freshness. I appreciate the fact that it feels like Orange Islands. There's different forms. It's a nice nod to the anime that I grew up with. I'm so pumped for these games, man. I cannot express enough how excited I am, and I would love to talk to you guys about it in the comment section below. So please go ahead and jump in on the discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, as always, if you enjoyed, don't forget to show some shady loves, that thumbs down below. I apologize if I missed anything, but it's just so cool to see Pokemon going in a direction that is really, really different, really refreshing. And the fact that this is a resort, man, we might be going back to Kalos. We might be going back to another region. And if not, my only fear is that the game will feel short with not having 8 gyms. However, like I said, there's so much to do just for each trial. Like, you have to complete a quest. You have to beat a totem Pokemon. You have to beat a Grandmaster. Like, there's three things to do inside each one. And who knows? We haven't even gotten I'm sweating. We haven't even gotten an inkling on the evil team. Is there even an evil team? Oh my gosh, I can't talk about that right now. I just need to wait for some sort of information from the Pokemon Company. What evil team exists in a resort island? I mean, there's deity Pokemon. They want to capture those maybe? I don't know, man. It's gonna get nuts. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below if you want to be up to date on all the Pokemon Sun and Moon news that I release. And of course, if you want to become a part of the Shady People, we love new Shady People here. So feel free to join us at any time. I love you so much, but I'm gonna get the hashtag out of here and change my shirt. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.